Welcome back, fans of Faerun, to Neverwinter Nights, the core campaign. Alright, yesterday I spent the episode searching around Buren well, finding out about this crime that Rolgan committed and the events that led up to it. So today, we're just going to get right into the trial. So, let's talk to Nurk.
Hail to ye!
Oh, hello again, Keagro. Welcome back to the Temple of the Just God. And that was way more Russian than I meant it to be. Sorry. Forgive me. I didn't know what you're talking about. She ain't got the power. Oh, forgive me. Oh, that was Australian. Scottish. Gotta get that Scottish accent going. Forgive me if I was seem somewhat distracted. There we go. Forgive me if I seem somewhat distracted. Rolgan's impending trial has me a little out of sorts. I've completed my investigations and am ready to begin Rolgan's trial. Are you quite certain, my lord? Once the trial begins, it cannot be ended prematurely, or Rolgan's life will be forfeit. I'm ready. Let's begin. Excellent. I know all parties involved are anxious to settle this matter. I will send word to the prosecutor and everyone else involved. The rules of these proceedings are simple. The jurors will listen to the evidence and testimony, and as the trial progresses, they will use the swords and torches I have given them to indicate either guilt or innocence. Whenever a juror feels the accused is guilty, they will hold forth the sword in their right hand to symbolize the swift strike of justice. If they feel the accused is innocent, they will hold up the torch to symbolize the burning light of truth shining down on this trial. Sounds simple. Sword for guilty, torch for innocent. As the jurors' views are swayed, so shall the implement they hold forth change. A juror who is still undecided will hold forth neither sword nor torch. 3 jurors must be convinced of the accused's innocence for Rolgan to go free. What we have now begun cannot end until justice is served. If the trial is interrupted or broken off before its proper completion, the accused shall be found guilty, regardless of the status of the jurors. Is this clear? I understand. 3 jurors or more must be holding a torch to get Rolgan acquitted, and if I end the conversation before we're done, Rolgan suffers. Now that we are all here, the trial can begin. Remember, if you quit the trial before its rightful end, Rolgan's life is forfeit. Okay, we won't quit.
My name is Eglund of the Swift Sword. I am the special prosecutor in the investigation of the death of the Lord's Alliance mercenary known as Griff. And I would like to remind the jury that I have never lost a case. Never!
Good for you. The witnesses have been sworn in, and may the light of Tyr's justice shine down on this trial and expose any lies in their testimony. To begin my case, I would like to question Lodor, an eyewitness to the events. Alright guys, you're gonna have to forgive me. I've forgot all the voices I did, so if these aren't right, just hang with me, please. I'm here, Your Honor. I'm not the judge, Lodar, just the prosecutor. You don't have to be so formal, just call me sir. Please, tell us what happened in your own words. Well, sir, it was night, and Griff was outside the barracks. All of a sudden, we heard this shout, and we ran out, and Griff and the Uthgardt there were going at each other with the weapons drawn. Before we could step in, that savage stabs Griff right in the gut and runs off. We ran to get the cleric, but by then it were too late. Griff was gone. That savage killed him. This is all I require from the witness. I can't even do voices that I just came up with right now, but again, sorry. Were it up to me, we could end the trial right now and declare Rolgan guilty. But custom dictates I allow the defense to question the witness if they wish. I'm ready for your questions, Lord Keagro. Did you see who actually started the fight? No, they were already going at it by the time we got there. So maybe Griff started the fight and Rolgan was just defending himself. Yeah, I guess. Could be Griff started it. I don't know, I wasn't there. Okay, so this one might seem fine, but we don't want to use this. We know there are 2 jurors who don't take he was intoxicated as an excuse. So let's go with number 2. Isn't it true that Griff spiked Rolgan's drink earlier that evening? Yeah, he wanted to mess that Uthgardt up so he could beat him at cards, you know? Make him not think straight. So Griff is partly to blame for his own death. Well, it was his fault the Uthgardt was doped up. Maybe if Rolgan was in his right mind, he wouldn't have killed Griff. And can you tell me how Griff felt toward the Uthgardt? He didn't like him much. He was always complaining about them as damn savages and filthy Uthgardt. Always picking fights with them, looking for trouble. So this fight could have been started by Griff. It wouldn't be the first time he let his temper get the better of him. Always was a bit of a hothead, especially when it came to those Uthgardt. He hated them something fierce. Alright, so as you can see, we've got 2 torches up, and that's a good start. I have no more questions for this witness. If the defense counsel has finished trying to obscure the truth, I will call Zed, my next witness. Zed, tell the court what you witnessed on that night. Right, sir. Well, it's like Lodar said. Griff was outside, we heard him shout, we ran out, and the Uthgardt sticks a blade in Griff's belly. Then that savage runs off to the temple for sanctuary, like some kind of coward. Or, like a sane person when they see a mob of military people coming after him. Well spoken, Zed. He ran off like a murderous coward. Obviously he's guilty. That's leading the witness a little bit, but whatever. They always run when they're guilty. This case might be my easiest win yet. Your witness, Keagro? I'm ready to answer this man's questions. Okay, so we'll start off like we did with the last witness. You never actually witnessed the start of the fight, did you? No. I didn't see who started the fight, so yeah, it could have been Griff, if that's what you're getting at. Griff had spiked Rolgan's drink that night, right, Zed? Yeah, he put something in Rolgan's drink, made his mind fuzzy, so he didn't really understand what he was doing. Don't you think that that's a mitigating circumstance in what happened? I don't know what mitigating means, but Griff shouldn't have spiked that Uthgardt's drink. That's wrong. Griff was always doing stupid stuff like that. Okay. And the other 2 will be... It'll help the prosecutor, so we're not going to ask. I have no further questions for this witness. If the defense has finished their blathering, the prosecution has only one witness left. I call on Venda, the wife of the accused. Wait, she should evoke her 4th Amendment. Oh, right, we're not in America. I am here. Ask your questions. I sense some hostility on your part, young lady. Please remember, I am only doing my job. It's not my fault your husband had to go on a killing spree. He didn't go on a killing spree. He killed 1 man. Most likely in self-defense, as the evidence is showing. Okay, continue. England, I've given you a lot of leeway in this case, but you are coming very close to crossing the line of what is acceptable. Hey, I didn't even have to shout objection yet. Sorry, Your Honor, but this woman is looking at me like she wants to kill me. Must run in her family. That's badgering the witness. Okay, fine, continue. Neither my husband nor I would ever commit vile murder. We Uthgardt are an honorable people. Yes, you Uthgardt take honor very seriously. Wasn't Rolgan ashamed of having gambled away everything he owned? Didn't he want to do anything to wipe away that shame? Yes, but that wouldn't have killed that man. But he wouldn't have killed that man. So you say, but we know how strong Uthgardt honor is, and Rolgan is a proud warrior. Surely a jury as intelligent and as attractive as this one must realize that his pride would have driven Rolgan to kill Griff in a desperate attempt to salvage his wounded honor. The defense may cross-examine now. I have no further questions for this witness, since she has all but admitted her husband is a rampaging serial killer. Again, that's not true, and... England, don't push me. Sorry, Judge. I won't say another word while the Honorable Lord Keagro tries to defend these crimes. I am ready for your questions, Lord Keagro. Tell me why you sent your husband to see Griff. I told Rolgan to speak with Griff, to beg him to return the heirlooms he had taken from us, to appeal to Griff's sense of decency. My husband is no killer. He only went back because I sent him there to talk with Griff. And the rest of these paint Rolgan in a bad light, so I have no further questions for Vanda. If it pleases the court, the prosecution rests its case. Can't we just start the execution now? No? Okay. Defense may call their witnesses if they wish, though I hardly see the point. I'm ready for closing arguments. I have 5 torches up. That changed very fast. I shall move on to my closing arguments. This will be short, since the Uthgardt is so obviously guilty. Rolgan owed Griff money. 2 witnesses saw Rolgan kill Griff. What could be more simple? Do your duty, members of the jury. Find Rolgan guilty of murder and let justice be done. Such is the will of Tyr. If it pleases the court, the prosecution rests. Keagro. Russian again, sorry. Keagro, you may make your closing arguments now. The prosecution witnesses never saw who started the fight, so we must accept Rolgan's claim of self-defense as truth. Hardly a convincing argument. Closing statements, blowhard. Shut up. Okay, so we know Griff was a violent man who hated the Uthgardt. He probably started the fight himself. Luckily, there are no witnesses to disprove this claim. Uthgardt, be quiet. Okay, so we don't want to imply that he was drunk as not clearly responsible for his actions, but, you know what? There's 5 torches. We can just rest here. The defense rests its case. Then, as Tyr's representative overseeing this trial, I proclaim judgment in this case. By the light of Tyr's truth, may justice be done. The verdict is clear. A unanimous 5-0 decision to acquit Rolgan. You are free to go, as are the rest of you. The court thanks you for your time. England, your work here is done. I suggest you leave before I rate you up for your loutish behavior during these proceedings. You are a disgrace to the hallowed halls of this temple. Keagro, come speak to me when you wish to receive your just reward for your service here. And simple as that. I think I actually have to talk to him to get out of this room too, so... Hello, Nurk.
Hail to ye!
You were called upon to do your duty in administering the justice of Tyr's court, Keagro. The church is grateful that you answered the call. Your performance at the trial was truly amazing, Keagro. A unanimous verdict, such an overwhelming result, will do much to quell any rumblings among the Lord's Alliance soldiers over the outcome of this trial. For your exemplary service, you have earned the undying gratitude of this Temple of Tyr. Please accept this token as a sign of my own appreciation of the spectacular job you have done in the service of Tyr. And we got 2,000 gold. Nice. Now, is there anything else I can do for you, Keagro? I could ask for more, but I'm good. So, I'll be going now. Go with Deer's blessing, and you with Hela's. Alright. And that was Chapter 3's Trial. So, with that, I'm going to call this an episode. Next time, we'll actually get into adventuring. I'm not sure which path I'm going to go down first. I could either go to Fort Uthgardt, or I can retrieve the snow globe for Lillian, or I can go down the third path, which takes me, I think, to the Spine of the World, and I think that one I'm going to leave for later, just because there's a lot of dragons in that one. In fact, I think I'm going to go do Fort Uthgardt next time. That way I'll be all leveled up for when I do start encountering dragons. So, I'll be, as usual, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time in Neverwinter Nights.